keeps falling. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Hope we're ready to get this day started. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yarmitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me, y'all? It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Great morning, Miss Valerie. Great morning. Y'all, I don't know about y'all, if you caught the show yesterday and the quote from yesterday. I dreamed about it. I thought about it. It is the office edition. I dreamed about it. I thought about it. I even talked to my kids about it, because that quote was everything. If you, I think everybody was here yesterday for the show. I was not the lion, but it fell to me to give the lion's roar. Excuse me. I was not the lion, but it fell to me to give the lion's roar. Y'all, I drank, like, if y'all missed the show yesterday, it had me crying, but I knew it was speaking to me. It was something I personally needed. So make sure you go back and watch it so that you can hear the story for yourself. So yesterday we talked about it begins with a whisper, and from a whisper to a shout, and then we have to live the whisper out loud. So today we're going to talk about when the shout becomes a roar. Listen, Miss Valerie, I was all in my feelings yesterday, all day. All day. So today we're going to talk about when the shout becomes a roar. And the roar may not be a loud shout, but it is a statement. So when the shout becomes a roar, your roar may not be really loud. It may simply be a statement of declaration that you have decided to make for yourself, and you, my friend, are deciding to stand by it. So, I don't know why I'm yawning. I'm wide awake. This is what a roar says. Yeah, let me tell you, yesterday, it was deep. It was deep. So, we have to remember, not everyone's whisper is going to turn into a shout or a roar. But together, when we come together as a sisterhood or as brothers and sisters, then we can make a difference. And I want to read this. We have individually screamed our pain, but a screaming pain is not the answer. Bringing forth life from the pain of life. Bringing forth life from the pain of our labor is, let's redeem the labor, the prejudice, and even the pain in order to give birth to a generation of strong and vibrant people. We have screamed our pain, but screaming pain is not the answer. Bringing forth the life from the pain of our labor is, let's redeem the labor, the prejudice, and even the pain to give birth to a generation of strong and vibrant people. And I could not have found better words for I am my sister's keeper, because not everybody's whisper is going to turn into a shout or a roar. But together, Margaret can change the world. Together, Miss Valerie can have Esther's purpose. Together, we are our sister's keeper. Together, we are our brother's keeper. And it is those few that will make the difference. That I promise you. So what is a roar? So a roar says, I will not be quiet. I just refuse to be quiet. Aurora says, I am alert, powerful, and present. I know what's going on. Aurora says, I have set boundaries in place and they will not be moved. They're not going to be moved. Aurora says, here I am, where are you? And that simply means, here I am, my sister or my brother. Where are you, and how can I help you to get to where you need to be? Or how can I help you understand where you are so that you can get to where you need to be? Aurora is felt within and without, and it alerts others that there is someone there to make a change. You feel it within because, like we said yesterday, when your whispers turn into a shout here, it has awakened the power within you to change. So when you go to roar, you feel it within, and those around you are going to feel it without. And it is alerting them to let them know change has finally happened. It has come. Roar says, I will not be quiet. I am alert, powerful, and present. I have set boundaries in place. It says, here I am, where are you? And it is felt within and without to alert others that a change has happened. In the roar, it doesn't need to be a loud shout. Meaning a roar doesn't have to be extremely loud. It just needs to be your statement. I love that. The most important part of that is if we can't handle the whisper and take the whisper to a shout and then live the whisper out loud, we should be very careful about declaring what we are not in position to carry out in strength. I read that in that book and I thought it was amazing. We should not declare what we are not positioned to carry out in strength, meaning our foundations have to be set, and that's one of the classes I'm doing for the month for my birthday. Foundations matter, because if you're not ready to handle the responsibility or you are not positioned to handle it, then it could crumble. It can hurt your feelings. Been there and done that. And not everybody's whisper will turn into a shout or a roar, but together we can #change the world. We can be our sister's keeper, and we can make the changes that we need to see in our community. I'm a firm believer, and y'all hear me say this all the time, that if I can help one sister who can help her family, who will impact her community, we will change the world. And it will happen one sister and one brother at a time, because that's what it's going to take. And sometimes, sisters and brothers, we need the community of like-minded people. We need people around us who support what we're doing so that we feel not included, but we feel empowered to continue on to do what we need to do. We're all included because we belong to a company of men and women who are ready to make the change that needs to happen. And we have to be adamant about the change that we're willing to see, the change that we need to survive, because we need the change to survive. And we have to be adamant about this journey. We have to be adamant about this fearless journey. If we're not adamant about it, meaning if I'm not taking it seriously, my crazy will continue. And more than likely, please understand, if we don't take this seriously, that we are our sister's keeper, if we don't take it seriously that we are to change the world, if we don't take it seriously that we may not be the lion, but the lion's roar has fell upon us, we can damage and hurt other people around us and lead them in the wrong direction. We can do that if we are not committed, if we are not dedicated, if we don't understand the power that's within us. When that whisper turned to a shout, it awakened the power within you. But if you don't understand the power that you have to change your immediate circumstances and your immediate future and your friends and family, we could hurt other people. We could damage them because they may be looking. Remember, somebody's waiting for you, waiting to hear your voice, and they will not move until you move. But if we're not positioned to carry out the strength and the power that we have, that somebody that's waiting to hear your voice and they're ready to move, and you're finally speaking their language and they are ready for the action of the movement that you have, but you're not, you're going to hurt more people than you helped. You will hurt more people than you will help. We see that over and over again in churches. We see that over again in leaderships. We see it everywhere. It is that deep. If you're not positioned to carry out in strength and understand what your whisper is, and now that your whisper is a shout and that it has awakened the power within you so that you can change your community, period. If you're not willing to handle the responsibility that comes along with that, we will hurt and damage other people. We will make the situation worse. We will no longer be our sister's keeper because we didn't take that seriously. We are our sister's downfall. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We have screamed our pain, but screaming pain is not the answer. Bringing forth the life from the pain of our labor is, let's redeem the labor, the prejudice, and even the pain in order to give birth to a generation of strong and vibrant daughters. People, I am my sister's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. And we have got to be vigilant and diligent with the whisper that, because you were come on, JoJo, you getting this for yourself. You were gifted with this whisper. You may not have been a lion, but the lion's roar has fell upon you. So you were gifted with this whisper to do this one thing. You're gifted with it. It has spoken to you since the day that you can remember. It's not something you went to seek. It came to you and it whispered in your ear, JoJo, this is what you're supposed to do. And when that whisper turned into a shout, and then it acknowledged and awakened the power that was within you. And when you decided to live that whisper out loud, it was at that point, JoJo, that you have to position yourself to carry on in strength what the whisper told you to do, what the whisper is. Because if I'm not positioned to carry out that whisper, my shout is in vain. Living my shout out loud is in vain. I cannot help my sister. I can't help my brother. I can't help my children. I cannot help myself because I'm not positioned to carry out that strength. So I can roar, and sometimes you can roar and shout at the wrong time and bring attention to yourself that you're not ready, able to handle. And then you got a whole nother set of crazy on your hands. But because you thought you were ready, you got to be positioned to carry out that strength. Foundations Matter is a class that I'm going to be doing for this month. And you might want to check that out. Foundations matter. Because if our foundations are not set, if we're not diligent, vigilant about the power that now resides in us because we listen to the whisper, we will hurt other people. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it does. So, your roar may not be loud, but it has to be a statement. A roar says, I will not be quiet. I'm alert, powerful, and present. I have set boundaries. It says, here I am, where are you? And it is felt within and without to alert others that a change has happened. A change is coming. It alerts others to understand that perhaps it doesn't have to continue the way it has always been. And just remember, you may have a whisper and it may not be your job for your whisper to turn into a shout or even a roar. But It may be for you to get with a company of sisters or brothers who collectively together we can hashtag change the world. Collectively together we can be our sister's keeper. I'm just saying. Yeah, this has been great for me. I was not the lion, but it fell to me to give the lion's roar. And that's Winston Churchill. That is his quote for yesterday, and it is the quote for the day. A to the men. Yes, a roar is an alarm to let you know that things are happening. And then this is your safe place. So if you have a whisper and your whisper is turning into a shout and you're ready to live your shout out loud, but you are looking for like-minded people or individuals, this is your safe place. Here we are, our sister's keeper. Here we are, our brother's keeper. And sometimes that's all we need. That's the energy, the backing, the confidence that we need to go forward and do what we need to do. To know that we belong in a company of people, men and women, who are ready to make a change here on earth. And they understand that one sister at a time, one brother at a time, it's going to happen. And we will not stop until it happens. It means every day I am diligent. Every day I am mindful of the whisper that has turned into a shout inside of me that has awakened my power to change. And I'm aware that my whisper, that I'm now living my shout out loud. And so I am diligent every day to put something to a sister, to give a sister a word of encouragement, a compliment, a hug, I love you, a boost of confidence. I'm committed to that because this is what I know. If I compliment that one sister who may not, and I don't even know, who may not be having the best of days, she's gonna feel good about herself. And then it's going to change her whole attitude for the rest of the day. So she may interact with her children differently. She may interact at work differently. She may interact with her spouse, her man, or he may interact differently because somebody took the time to notice something about her. And that's all we want. We all just want to belong. We all want to know that someone cares, that someone is out there. And as my sister's keeper, I am diligent about doing that every day. At first it was hard, but now every time, there's not a time I don't pass a woman, period, black, white, green, or yellow, I'm not giving a compliment to. I don't care if I don't ever stop. Sometimes we're passing. Girl, you're working that dress. Sister, those shoes are amazing. You did a great job, whatever it may be. Whatever the Lord tells me to say to that person, that's what I say. And then it's that instant. Yes, Miss Family, we have awakened our power. And so now we have to put ourselves in a position to carry it out in strength. We have to be mindful of our responsibility that we have, because now it's a responsibility. Because we listen to, come on, Minister Valerie, give me the story of Jesus waking a man up 3 times in the middle of the night. And he said, did you call me? And he said, no, I didn't call you. And then by the 3rd time, was that Elijah? He said, that's the Lord speaking to you. Your whisper continues to speak to only you for a reason. That whisper is there. But my sister, you got to position yourself to carry that out in strength. Because we don't want any sisters out here ready to adhere to their whisper, ready to take their whisper to a shout and live their shout out loud when we don't have the foundations of understanding our whisper and we don't have the strength to carry that out. Because it's going to take strength to carry it out. On this journey on this fearless journey. I am my sister's keeper. And to pass this information along, or to do what we have to do to help our sisters, we have to be strong. And we have to have the strength, because you may not be the lion, but the lion's roar has fell on you. And that simply means you may not have seeked this out, but now you have it, right? So now you have the responsibility of the lion. So it begins with a whisper. And a whisper is that one thing that it just doesn't seem right for you to keep it to yourself. And you know you have to do something about it. Your whisper turns into a shout. That's when it has awakened the power within you to change. Some of us are right on the cusp between my whisper is now a shout, and now I have to live my whisper out loud. Meaning, I heard what I was supposed to do. It has awakened the power within me, and now I'm ready to walk it out. And so today, we're talking about taking your shout to a roar. A roar may not be loud. A roar may be a statement. A roar says, I will not be quiet. I'm not. It says, I'm alert and powerful and present. A roar says, I have set boundaries in place. A roar says, here I am. Where are you? Sister, here I am. I'm here for you. Where are you? Brother, here I am. Where are you? How can I help you? A roar is felt within as well as without, and it alerts others. Because if you have awakened the power within you, you are feeling what you're feeling inside first. And when you do the roar, which may not be a loud shout, but a statement, people will take notice of what you are saying, and they will govern themselves accordingly, as the church would say. I promise. But we have to be in a position to understand that our whisper is powerful. We have to be in a position to understand that our whisper is not something that we can play with, because we are our sister's keeper. We are our sister's keeper. So if your whisper, it started out as a whisper, and then your whisper turned into a shout, and that means it just awakened the power within you to do the thing that you know you have to do. Thank you, Valerie. I knew you was going to bring it to me. And some of us are ready to live our whisper out loud. But if you do not understand the responsibility that comes along with that, you will hurt another person. You can lead them down the wrong path every day, all day long with good. You can lead people down the wrong path with good intentions. Listen, the quote of the day, Winston Churchill. I was not the lion, but it failed. Let me read it directly, because I've been reading it my way. I was not the lion, but it failed to me to give the lion's roar. You may not want to accept that it is you that's going to change your family. You may not want to accept the fact that you are the one that's going to get the financial things in order. You may not want to accept that you are the change that your family absolutely needs. And y'all know my quote, somebody's waiting to hear my voice. They will not move until I move. Somebody's waiting to see your actions. They will not move until you move. And you may have all the great intent, but if your foundation is not set, if you're not positioned to carry out the strength of that whisper, because it is strong, because now it has awakened the power within you and you're ready to live that whisper out loud, you can unintentionally lead people the wrong way and hurt them even more. Period. And your roar may not be a shout. It may not be loud. Your roar may simply be a statement. And that statement may be all your family needs to know that they can do what they need to do. But we have to understand the power that comes with that. And we can't take it for granted. We can't. And so some people's whisper will never be a shout or a roar. Some people's whisper will simply stay their whisper. And this is where this part of the book comes in. We have individually screamed our pain. But screaming pain is not the answer. bringing forth the life from the pain of our labor is. Let's redeem the labor, the prejudice, and even the pain in order to give birth to a generation of strong and vibrant women / men / daughters. So for that person whose whisper will never be a shout nor a roar, that's what your Sister's Keeper is for. Hashtag change the world. Esther's purpose. That's what that is for. For you to come to a community, to a group of women and men, to understand that you are included, that you are safe, and that your whisper may not be a roar and it may not be a shout. Doesn't mean you can't make a difference when you get in a collective group of women and men who are willing and ready to do the work, who are positioned to carry out in strength the things that need to be done. Because if you listen to that whisper, right, and you ready for all things that the whisper has to give you, and your whisper can be whatever. JoJo, and for me screaming out in pain was the domestic violence. The whisper was, you may have went through this, my sister. Please understand it was for a reason. And the whisper is there to remind me of the reason of why I went through that. The reason of living in the shelters and, the eating the way I did and the car breaking down and the jobs and the lights off and that whisper is there to remind me. And then it gave me the power, it awakened the power for me to turn my whisper into a shout and to live my whisper out loud. And now to take my whisper to a shout, to a roar, and to simply make a statement. I am my sister's keeper. There are plenty of organizations out there, and some of them are named I Am My Sister's Keeper. It's not my intent to step on anybody's toes. This is my personal I Am My Sister's Keeper thing that I must do. Sometimes your roar is not a shout. It is simply a statement. A roar says, I will not be quiet. I am alert, powerful, and present. A roar says, I have set boundaries in place. A roar says, here I am, my sister, my brother. Where are you and how can I help you? A roar is felt within as well as without to alert others. And please be in a position to carry out in strength your whisper. That's why your foundations matter. That's why when you're trying to live outside of crazy, because there is life past crazy. If you're on this journey and you've decided that you no longer want to live in crazy, you no longer want, and please define your crazy any way you want. Please don't use my definition of crazy, okay? Because my definition of crazy, I wouldn't wish on anybody in the world. So your crazy could be the crazy friendship or the crazy job, the crazy relationship you have with your mother or your parents that's unresolved, or your kids, or just your work environment, or your cycle of life. Whatever your crazy is, if you are ready to live past crazy, you've got to make sure that your foundation is set and is ready, and you have the strength to carry out what you need to do to continue to live past crazy. Because if you do not, my sister, I'm telling you, your crazy will multiply. It will come back fourfold. It will come back. I promise. It absolutely will come back. So, y'all, that is the fearless thought for today. We continue from yesterday. It begins with the whisper, which says something's not right and you just cannot remain silent. Your whisper then becomes a shout. It is awakening the power within you. And then your whisper, you must learn to live your whisper out loud, period. And then today, when your shout becomes a roar. And sometimes your roar is simply a statement. So, Winston Churchill, you the man, dog. I was not the lion, but it fell to me to give the lion's roar. That has earned a spot on the wall of quotes. Like, I think that's earned a spot on the computer, actually, because that one is good. If you missed the show yesterday, we talked about that. Go back and watch it, because, y'all, it had me all tore up and in tears. Because I worked some things out. And I hope this is helping somebody. Please make sure you share, because sharing is caring. And that's what we're here about. We're here to share information so our sisters do not have to continue to live in crazy. Please don't forget the Live Past Crazy Girlfriends Retreat is July August the 23rd through the 25th in Clearwater. And it's just going to be, I'm excited. I'm excited about that. It's going to be different. It's going to be amazing. And y'all, for me, this is my roar in a statement. bit.ly/Girlfriends Retreat 2019. And this is my roar as a statement. This is my freedom. This is me wanting things here and not afraid to ask for them here. I know this women's retreat will be amazing. I know that there will be more. I know that we will walk away with sister bonds and purpose partners that will change the world. There is never a doubt in my mind that that's going to happen. So please grab your ticket. Please invite a sister with you. We're celebrating the whole month of June, so I may put tickets on sale for my birthday. My birthday is June 29th. I will be 44. And Minister Valerie, somebody told me this and I did not know. 4 + 4 is 8, and that is the meaning of new beginnings. So I accept all things new beginnings. All right, if you missed the freebies yesterday, let me grab them because I was talking and I forgot to pull them up. So the freebies yesterday was the daily mantra, bit.ly/daily mantra 2019. That's my personal one. The day before, it was 5 keys to live past crazy, bit.ly/5 keys to live, LIVE. And then on Sunday, it was my reading list, bit.ly/reading list 2019. So those are all the freebies that we are doing today, that we've done so far. I haven't decided on a freebie today, y'all. I have my list here, but I really haven't decided on one. So I think I may do the journaling process live today, because I said I would go live every single day. So the journaling process may be something I do. And if you have any it's either that or another video, another live of why I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist, because some people may not understand what it is that I do, why I do it. So maybe that would be the one. But either way, I'll be back this afternoon. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Tuesday. The quote for the past 2 days: I was not the lion, but it fell on me to give the lion's roar. That's Winston Churchill. And we have taken our shout to a roar. And a roar sometimes may only be a statement. It may not be out loud. A roar says, I will not be quiet. I'm alert, powerful, and present. I have set boundaries in place. It says, here I am, my sister, my brother. Where are you? How can I help you? And it is felt within, and it alerts others. But we've got to be in a position to carry out in strength. And not everybody's whisper will turn into a roar or a shout. But together, we can change the world. And I will close with the end of this thing. It says, individually, we have screamed our pain. But screaming pain is not the answer. Bringing forth life from the pain of our labor is. Let's redeem the labor, the prejudice, and even the pain in order to give birth to a generation of strong and vibrant daughters. And I could not have explained I am my sister's keeper any better. I couldn't have done it any better than that, because that's what it is. Here's another quote. Never believe that a few caring people can't change the world, for indeed, that's all who ever have. Margaret Mead. So we are among the few that are willing to change the world. I am my sister's keeper, and I'm a firm believer that we will change the world. All right, guys. Please make sure you share the show. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, do not forget that we do have a YouTube channel, and they can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Simply go to YouTube and type in Fearless Morning Show, and all of them will pop up. We have over 360 shows over there that are labeled by title of the morning show, the subject, the thought of the day. So you can search and find whichever one that you like. And if you want to find out more about me, go to livepastcrazy.com. Don't forget, one day this month, I am giving away one free chapter of A Fearless Woman Born to Give Thanks. This is my first book. And if you, it is on sale right now because I am doing a book tour. Tampa, here I come, July 27th. I will be in Tampa. So if you want to, the books are on sale for Tampa. So bit.ly/book tour 2019. But I will be giving away one free chapter. And then maybe I'll do that today. And then we'll have the Q&A. The chapters, this is an easy read. Like you can read this. Most folks read this in a day. So it's an easy read. So maybe I will do that. But don't forget, that's the freebie that's coming up for this month as well. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Tuesday. Please be peaceful. Please understand the responsibility of your roar, your shout, and your whisper. Please position yourself accordingly to carry out and strengthen the thing that needs to be done. Do not take this lightly at all. Please make sure you share the video because sharing is caring. If I said anything that has helped anybody, perhaps planted a seed, just please let me know so I know that I'm not talking to myself. I appreciate my regulars coming to the show every single morning. Miss Valerie, I know you have an event coming up where you post your link if you're still here. Miss Valerie is with Esther's Purpose, and she is an amazing lady. Please make sure you check out her event as well. And Miss Margaret, the job coach, she can help you get your career all the way together. And those two ladies are my purpose partners who keep me in line and keep me focused on what needs to happen. So, all right, guys, have an amazing Tuesday, and I will see you later on this evening. Have a great day.